Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the pristine, untouched wilderness of the Calmlands. I also like to occasionally drop in on Mr. Maltese Panda when he's doing a live stream, because those of you who don't know, Mr. Maltese Panda is admin on our Frithcord, on our Discord server, but he's also a maths teacher in real life. And so he's very much into his mathematics. And so if you go, he does also do live streams. He live streams Farming Simulator over on Twitch every now and then. And there'll be links in our Discord for when he starts doing that, when he launches it. And so you can go and see his Twitch channel. And he gets a little bit upset with me if I go on there and I say things like 2 + 2 = 5. And then he mutes me. He actually puts me on mute because I've said such things. I mean, yes, admittedly, it's not entirely accurate, but I'm sure there is a calculus technique, method, something somewhere that proves that 2 + 2 is indeed 5. Absolutely sure of it. I don't think he's trying hard enough when he says that there is no such thing and it's not possible. I think he's not thinking outside the box here, and that's what he needs to do. But, you know, that's just me. Maybe I've got that wrong. Also, Mr. Maltese Panda on our Discord server is the man who organizes, maintains, and runs our Farming Simulator server that we have, that has been provided by the good folks at Nitrado. They're absolutely wonderful people, and they have given us a server that we're able to use. So if you want to check that one out, if you'd like to go along and play a bit of Farming Simulator with friends, then please come along and check that one out. And you can, like, all the details are on the Discord server, so you can go and get the login details and all the rest of it. Plus get the rules and whatever they're doing at the moment. I don't actually go on it, so I don't know what they're doing. I believe they've got a thing set up at the moment where they've got a few farm managers and they do various different tasks on some different farms, and you can go and work for them if you want to. So that's the kind of situation that they've got at the moment. They've got a reasonable sized map, and if you want to go and work for the farm managers there, you can, and then they give you wages. I'm not quite sure how it works, but I think that if you active enough, you can then apply to become a farm manager yourself, and so you can buy your own farm and you can have your own land and machinery and everything else. But you'd have to go and speak to them and see how they're doing that. I know it's something that they've done before. The last map they were playing was just basically everyone was pitching in on one big farm, but they've done the whole farm manager thing before, and I believe it was quite successful. I think everybody had a lot of fun with that. So that, as far as I know, is what they're doing at the moment. Now, what I want to do is I want to go racing over here, because it's on 86% full, and I wasn't actually paying all that much attention to what was in the tank, so we need to get this emptied out. And this is pig food. Now, this is not going to be turned into oil or anything like that. This is being done 100% for pig food. The only thing that we're lacking is the barley. We're going to need more barley up the mill. That'll be absolutely fine. So if I dump this lot in here, we'll then pull this trailer off to the side of the field, and we'll jump into the John Deere, we'll get the baler hooked on, and we can go and start baling up the straw over in the other field. The 6130M is a little bit low on fuel. I mean, admittedly, our combine over there is also a little bit low on fuel, but I'm going to ignore that for a second. I'm just going to bring this one over. We fill it up. We've got a couple thousand litres in here, if I remember correctly. I don't remember exactly how much, but there is some. And we're ready to go. Not sure how many bales we're going to get. I think I've got the bale counter active. So if I do that, and then if I reverse up here and hook that one on there, we've got 560. I think there is... We've got turn on baler, reset bale counter, Control Alt Y. There, right, I've set that down to 0. we can now go on up to the field and we can start baling, and we'll see how many bales we get out of this field. Now, I think the one over there, we had... Yeah, I don't remember. What did we get out of that one? It was like 100... Was that 120 bales we had out of there? I'm not sure. Remember, we've got the 20% yield hit on this field, so we've got less bales than we would otherwise get. But, like, it's not going to affect it that much, I don't think. I would like your guesstimates in the comments section down below. How many bales are we going to get out of this field? Now, my personal guesstimate... Ah, you see that? Stuck out the back there? I was waiting for the 2CV. See if that one's going to come down and smash the back of the baler. It wouldn't surprise me. Oh, we don't like that. I'm going to say that we're going to... I'm going to go on an even 100 bales is what we're going to get here. 100 bales. I wonder if I can poke the 2CV. I did! Revenge is mine! I got him! Right in the side. Stabbed him. He's gonna bear a personal grudge against me for that now. You watch. So anyway, I'm guessing 100 bales for this field. What is your guess? Get in the comments section. Let us know. We will see once we've gotten through it. And the tractor is actually able to go up the hill as well. Now that we've repaired it, it seems to have got the horsepower. It's got the oomph under the bonnet in order to be able to do this job properly, which I think is absolutely wonderful. How many have we done so far? We've done 4. We're up to 4 bales, ladies and gentlemen. We are cooking on gas now. That is 5 up through there. You know, actually, I think we're going to end up with a whole lot more than 100. Don't be jumping ahead in the video and seeing how many we actually do. I mean, probably it's not going to be today's video that we finish this job. It does depend. What are we doing with the combine? That is currently 68% full. So that one's doing just fine. He's ticking over quite nicely. We've got to be careful here. We want to get this field done as quickly as we can. And then we want to get it planted. So we're on oats at the moment, and we're going to be wanting to do barley. So we've got to get it planted with canola as quickly as possible so that we can get the... Not canola, sorry, oilseed radish. We want to get it planted with oilseed radish as quickly as possible. That's got to be done today. And then we need to do the same again tomorrow so that we can get the barley planted in time. So the problem we would have with doing ploughing right now is that that's a single day that we'd have to do that. Like, what I was hoping to do with the ploughing is we just leave it going. We'll go round and we'll do the outside rounds and get that sort of done, and then we need to dash. We can just sort of work through the winter, and the man on the plough can spend a winter doing the ploughing. Now we're on 85% on that combine. It's actually going in the direction that I want. You know, I was wanting to see how many bales I could get, but I'm not going to. Am I going to be able to get to that combine before it turns around? I don't think I am. I think I'm going to have to stop it manually. Come here. Come here. Don't stop, because he's going to reverse, but that spout has to go out, otherwise it's just not going to work. There we go. I got it. If the spout's not all the way out, the AI will just keep going, because it doesn't recognize that the spout is out and it needs to stop. The spout has got to be able to turn all the way out, and then has got to start tipping in order for the combine to stop on the headland. And it will stop on the headland. The AI will just stop on the headland and let you unload everything, and then it will carry on afterwards, which is really good. I really like that feature, the fact that it does actually stop for you. It's absolutely brilliant. It's quite useful. Can I get round? Apparently I can't make it round that corner. I misjudged that ever so slightly, so now I've gone and destroyed the front axle on our tractor, but we're just going to ignore that a bit. Just pretend that never really happened. And we'll let them carry on. Now, the great thing about this field right here is that we've got fertilizer on the field. Go up here like this. The absolutely great thing about this one, although we don't on this one's going to have two layers. This one, once we're finished, there, if we get rid of the... See, we're covered in weeds on this field, and that one. This one needs ploughing. This one will need ploughing after the harvest. If I get rid of the needs rolling... oh, we're going to have to put lime on this field as well. Right, that one's going to need lime. But you can see we're covered in fertilizer. A few little bits on the ends, but this means that this one is only going to need a single coat of oilseed radish. And it'll be the same for this field down here. It's only this one that is going to need 2. That one's got no fertilizer at all, apart from a little bit around the edge. For oh, that's where we've done some planting stuff. We want to get lime on the rolling thing. We're going to leave that for now. If we can afford a big set of rollers, though, that would be absolutely brilliant. Right. Back over to here. And on we carry again. Yeah, ploughing. We've got the money. We could actually go and buy a plough right now, but I don't want to on this field yet. I'd rather get the pigs first, and then we can worry about sort of sorting out a plough and everything afterwards. So, once round the outside edge of the field, we've got 25 bales. 25 from just once round. I reckon we're going to have more than 100 bales. 3 times around the outside is going to give us a pretty good get. I mean... 3 times around the outside, you're approaching probably a third of the entire field. So that will give us a bit of an idea. Now, if it's 25 on the outside, we're probably looking at another 35 to 40 bales. So if we say 35, we're looking at 40 bales to the outside. So it's 120 across the whole field. So I was out by 20. But that's still only guesswork. Like we haven't gotten there yet, so let's just leave it a little bit longer, and then we will see. Okay, racing up through here, and the problem with the small baler is the small bales frequently drop off the end. So if you need to do any shunting around, you generally will have a bale that is right there that is potentially going to then get trapped underneath your baler as you go on round and cause problems. You don't really want. It's always a little bit inconvenient. You know, I'm still not entirely sure which is the bigger field. Is it this one here, or is it that one over there? We missed a bit then. I'll be more careful. I don't know if... I think that one over there is a bit bigger. I think that one's slightly bigger than this one. So let's... I mean... Probably about the same, actually. I think they are actually about the same. It's a little bit of a job to tell which is the bigger field because of the funny, you know, they're both slightly odd-shaped. That one not so much. It's mostly rectangle shaped, but this one's more of a triangle, so this one's a little bit harder to decipher the full size of it. So we're almost done with our second time round with 25 bales on the first one. How are we doing? We had 25 bales on the first one, and now we're on to 45 bales here. 46. So, I mean, we're looking at just over 20 bales for the second time round. It's going to go 48 in a minute. Yeah, 48. Right, 48 bales, which means it's 23 bales for the second time round. No, I said 35 in total. Find out in a minute if I was correct on that. So it was 25 plus 35, which made... wait, I said 25 plus 35, and then I said 40. Frith, you idiot. You absolute moron. 25 plus 35 does not equal 40. At least it didn't when I went to school. Okay, Mr. Maltese Panda is probably giving me a timeout at the moment for getting that so wrong, because that's I need a dunce's cap for that one. That was 25 plus 35 is not 40, it's 60, which means that the total bales from the field are going to be 180, not 120. See, one little mistake, one careless mistake when you're not paying attention to what you're doing, and the whole mathematics equation just collapses in front of you and is utterly useless. And this is the problem with maths, is like one little mistake and it creates a whole cascading effect of catastrophe after catastrophe, and it never goes right after that. And the reason that we're leaving a little bit behind is because it was actually the last little bit that we harvested, and we're not going to be able to sort of get the whole lot. It's not quite going to stretch to that, so we'll have to come back through and get that on our final pass. Is the combine? No, the combine's not going to be able to get all of the rest of the grain in a single pass, so we're going to have to just skip over to here again. We'll empty it out as he goes up across the field, and then he'll turn around and he'll go and get the last little bit. So if we go racing up here, we should be able to catch him before he fills up completely. We've got 9,000 litres of canola at the moment. That goes there like that. That's on 90%. Now it starts emptying out. It's about 4,000 litres there. That's pretty good. So we've got plenty of canola for making the pig food. The barley is the only real issue that we've got when it comes to doing the pig food. And we're going to need some of that from somewhere. Potentially, we can get barley from the shop. Like, we can go and buy some. I mean, if you just buy it as... You can't just buy it as chicken food, because chicken food always comes out as selling you wheat, not barley, which is a bit inconvenient, because we want... Excuse me. We specifically need barley. And our... Let's just jump back over here a minute. Actually, you know what? Let's go and have a look at the combine. We'll just look at the combine doing a little bit of work for a minute. Send Leia's there busy racing up and down the field for us, doing the work. Barley. What have we got in here at the moment? So we've got that one. Now, the multi-crop greenhouse is producing oats and sorghum and wheat. The problem with that is it's not producing any, like, we don't have barley as an outgoing product from that one, and also the garden here doesn't produce barley either. So we have no sources of barley. Now, if we go back into here, we've got 2,000 litres of barley in here, and we have 6,000 litres of pig food there ready to come out. So we've got some, but I don't think that's going to be, especially if we get another pig house. Like, that's not going to be enough. I'm just whizzing forward quick so that I can try and get a little bit more out, spread out. Alright, there's only 500 more litres here. That we probably would have been able to fit that all in, actually, now that I think about it. Do we have barley available in the shop? We can buy barley by the bagful here. 50 euros for a 100 litre bag. I think, though, if you go to buy it, it's literally you buy one bag at a time. So it's going to take a while to buy a trailer load doing it that way. I mean, it is 100 litres in a bag, so it's not too bad. But it would be nicer if we could buy a bigger quantity. But it doesn't look like there is any. I mean, you got here your general normal ones, so wheat for the chickens, pig food, oat, which is for the horses, a bit of mineral feed, and so on. So there doesn't seem to be any options for buying barley, which is a bit of a shame. We do have it under pallets right here. We can go and buy, well, there's seeds right there, but it was the big pallets of them that we had somewhere here, there. But this is no good. This is the expensive ones, so I can't do that unless I get the special event come up. And if I do get the special event come up, I'll be wanting to buy wheat for the chickens with it, because although I am producing some from the greenhouse, I'm not producing enough to keep the chickens fed, and we're going to need to be buying some more at some point anyway, so we're kind of If we can get one from the special event, that would be absolutely fantastic. It would mean then that we wouldn't need to be going and buying any additional elsewhere, which I kind of like to be able to do if possible, because buying in the chicken food is expensive. I don't want to have to do that. And all the barley that we grow will go straight up for the pigs. Right, no, I don't want to actually do that. I wanted to fold the combine, not start it up. I'm not going to go and put that up there. I'm going to drive down over here, and I'm going to put this one on the header trailer, and then I'm going to go up. We're going to park it up the top, ready to clean it off. And I really, really, really love the script that they've now got with header trailers, because before you used to just put the header trailer on and wherever it happened to land is where it would stay. Now they snap to the correct place on the header trailer and then they stay there. They don't fall off either. And that was the other big complaint that I had about header trailers, was the headers you'd be driving along and the actual header would fall off the trailer. That's not very helpful. It really isn't. You don't want the thing flopping off onto the road as you're driving along. It's somewhat inconvenient. Let's back you up there, trying not to destroy... Well, I was going to say destroy the granary that we got there, but it wouldn't do that. It would just completely mangle up the header instead. Which, again, this is probably not something that we want, so we'll try to avoid doing that if we can. Put you up here next to the pressure washer so that you're ready to clean, and we could do with repairing this combine as well. We'll have to work on that. So you stop there, like that, and I'm going to go back to baling for now. Although that field, we could go and start the... While I'm doing this, the tractor could be driving up and down that field. Actually, yes, there's no reason that it can't. There's no reason this tractor can't be driving up and down that field. The grain can stay in the trailer until we're ready to drive it up to the mill and tip it out. So that one can just stay there for a minute. And then I'll come back and I'll get that one a bit later on, and we'll drive that one up to the mill and we can tip it out up there, because we don't have to do that right now. And what we can do instead is we can get this cultivator on so that we can get started on cultivating. I've got lime that I need to spread on the field as well, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'll do that probably after I've done cultivating. We still have to plant one round of oilseed radish. So I think what I'll probably do is I'll cultivate first, and then we'll do the layer of oilseed radish. No, sorry, I'll cultivate, then we'll put lime on. Oop, no, I didn't want to do that. We'll cultivate, we'll put the lime on, and then we will do the... That's probably going to cause us problems when he comes back round. Yeah, cultivate, lime, and then plant. We've just got to make sure this field is planted with oilseed radish before winter, and that's all we need to worry about, because this one here after canola, we'll be doing corn in this field next, so that's not going to be planted until next spring. So we got plenty of time on this field. There's no real rush on it at all. So what I'll do here is I'm just going to do one pass around the outside, and then I'll leave the hired help just to carry on and do this work while we're focusing on doing the baling over in the other field. So I'm going to actually do a straight line along here. Yes, I know in real life you wouldn't actually go and do something like that. Take you that way. And then run up round this way. And I'm also not going to do too much like along there because of the funny bit that we've got down the other end of the field. So I'm just going to get kind of to this bit and stop. I can stay there. That'll be alright. We can do it like that. And then you... Actually, if I go over to the other side here... And I whiz round there like that. And I line it up with this bit. Think it will then turn round and go herring across the field just the way we want it to. So that one, if it goes there, and then I set the hired help going, that one will run up there. We'll just double check that it is going to turn round properly and go all the way to the other end of the field. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I've got to, I always have to do tidying up work with this cultivator anyway because of the way that it stops. But I still like to make sure it's at least going to get part way there before it gives up and decides to go home. Because it does that fairly frequently, doesn't it? So how's it going to pan out? Go on a little bit further. Going to drop in there at a really funny angle, so it's left quite a big chunk over there, but I mean it's not too bad. And then this will go all the way up across to the other end of the fields. See, it's doing it slowly. It wasn't, I didn't exactly get it lined up very straight over there, but it's worked out okay, I think. And then he will go on a little tiny bit further and then probably stop. There, and then he'll lift up, and then he'll go here and turn around and then just carry on. Right, okay, that is absolutely fine. Let's carry on with our baling. The final stretch now for the outside run, and we can see how many bales we got. And I'm guessing roughly 1/3 of the field has now been done with the outside 3 passes. And if we take a look in here, we're on 65 bales. I said 60. Well, originally I said 40, which we've now established was horribly, horribly wrong. And I've been dutifully reprimanded for that by my own self because, yeah, I'm deeply ashamed of that mistake. 68 bales. So if we say that times 3, we're looking at 180, 190, actually 204. We could potentially end up with 204 bales in this field. I'm going to move on up round to that one. Pick this one out. So if that is 1/3 of the field around the outside 3 passes, then we're looking at 204 bales. It may be slightly more than that. It may be slightly less than that. We'll find out in a minute. I want to make sure I get all the straw. Now, if we say, so roughly 200 bales, unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.